Now, the reason we're showing you this is a fire from a little while ago. We did report on it, right? This was the Transportation Bureau?
Yeah, in Hubei, I believe.
In Hubei. And this was set on fire deliberately.
Hebei,
So
Hebei,
Hubei, you know, river, lake, you know how it goes.
Yeah.
Anyway, this was set on fire, and we did report on this, but... Let me take the volume down. There have been an incredible amount of fires this past week and explosions in China. And, you know, as we were preparing for the show, we were having a discussion and we were saying, you know what, if a government building in, say, the UK or the United States burnt down, you'd probably hear about it in the news.
Yeah. A massive government building.
Yes, I'm just saying. Or if there was some kind of huge explosion in a neighborhood.
Yeah.
It would probably make international news. In fact, it always does.
Yeah.
One thing happens in America, like a train gets derailed or something, it's international news all over the world.
For months.
Yeah. But in China, every week, and you can attest to that if you watch our show, every week there are massive explosions, buildings, you know, crumbling down, all these things. But it's never reported on and it's never talked about. And
yes.
Do you think it's just because it happens so often that people just don't see it as being interesting?
I don't know at this point. I really don't know.
We absolutely know that the censorship has a lot to do with it. Because China's propaganda machine is always out there to say, look how much better China is than the rest of the world. So when things are blowing up and burning down all the time, it's not a very good look.
True.
Because you're always like, look at the New York subway, so run down. Look at our brand new subways. But then when those subways get flooded and all the people drown inside, they don't tell you about that part.
Yeah, it's only the,
you know what I mean? They're like, but look, there's homeless people in the U.S.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Special report.
Yeah, special report.
Special report, America Bad. What is that called?
Oh, yes, I forgot about that.
America Bad Party, America Bad.
That is too loud. Anyway, let's get back to this whole thing. So on September 27th in Wuhan, Hubei, you know, Wuhan seems to be having a lot of issues these days.
I would say for years now.
Yes. Yeah. See what happened there. Now, this is actually, I find this kind of funny.
I
do.
Explain yourself.
Okay. All right. Here's the thing. First of all, I saw this being shared around as an EV fire. It's not an EV fire. This is a normal internal combustion engine.
Ice car.
Ice car, yes.
Anything but.
Anything but ice. But this is what's funny is the police pulled over this car for driving badly. Okay? And then it caught fire.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can see it's a car that's on fire there. So they pulled this car over, and we can see it quite clearly there. So the cops, they've got their little station set up. And remember, in China, the police don't do traffic pursuit.
That's right.
Like if there's somebody driving recklessly or something, they won't chase after them. They don't pull them over. What they'll do is, it's all on camera, they'll go arrest the guy later at home or they'll send him fines in the mail or something. But what they do is set up roadblocks. And that's when they pull people over at roadblocks, which is what's happening here. See, they've got their nice little sunshade on the road there so they don't get sunburned while they're waiting and they're waving cars over. So they wave this car over for driving recklessly. It then catches fire. But my favorite part is that it caught the police cars on fire.
Yeah.
So
that's what...
you know, I find that amusing.
Sure, as long as no one is hurt.
No, nobody was hurt. Don't worry. Okay. I wouldn't be amused if anyone was hurt. But like you can see the traffic cops running around in panic, you know. You know what? Probably shouldn't have pulled that guy over. Probably should have just let him do his thing.
He was hot.
Exactly. But yeah, you can see there goes the police car.
Those flames are golfing.
Dude, yeah, that's crazy.
That's a rich, it's a rich tone of fire.
It really is. Yeah.
That is a beautiful hue of fire.
Yes. Yeah. Anyway.
That's like hellfire.
Mm-hmm. I just love how great for the environment this is. You know, they can see it from another angle.
As if China needed more pollution.
Yeah, exactly. Also, notice all the flags on the roads, guys. It's National Day. It's just been National Day, the first in China. But of course, it's the 75th founding of the Communist Party of China. So, you know, China says they've got 5,000 years of history. Sometimes they say 6,000. I don't know. They keep going up and up. It's just random.
It always goes up.
Yeah. The real truth of it is that China, as it is today, only has 75 years of history. And the reason for that is Mao Zedong destroyed all of China's history. Like, they burned all the books, they smashed down the temples, they destroyed the museums. There's nothing left. So it started from scratch. So China, as it stands today, only has 75 years of history.
Very modern country.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's take a look what happened on September 28th, Zhejiang in China. Massive fire, obviously. Big whole factory burned down.
Yes.
As you can see, which is no small thing.
It was, I can just, you know what I'll do is I'll actually just look at the,
Yeah, we can just read that. Again, they didn't report any casualties, but then again, like, I think maybe 3 people got injured.
Yeah, I was trying to remember it because I had in the notes about that. There was like 3 injuries, I believe. You can go back to it. I'll just read. Can you put it on the Chinese bar? I'll just read it.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I can see that it's like 3 hours.
Yeah, so the fire was going for at least 3 hours. It was in Ningbo in China. So it's a factory. Ningbo is where a lot of factories and the port is, where a lot of your stuff comes from, actually. And firefighters went on the scene to put it out. That's all it says. So it's some sort of factory. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this was a factory of one of China's biggest convenience stores. If I'm not mistaken.
Right.
But one of China's biggest, like, making like, like a convenience store, like one of those small shops, but they make
like the
like a big
Miniso.
chain.
Yeah.
You know?
One thing, I just want to reiterate, the size of that factory is massive.
Yes.
So it's kind of like if, I don't know, think of a big factory if a Sony building burnt down, like a Sony headquarters burnt down or something. You'd hear about it, but not in China. They just block that stuff.
Yeah.
Let's
like a
move on.
Walmart factory or something.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
It's if the Walmart head office burnt down or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
So anyway, September 29th on someone's wrist in China.
This happened on someone's wrist. Hopefully their wrist is okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Some sort of smartwatch. We've had a couple smartwatch foibles recently in our shows.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the person there tells you the brand of what it is. But here's the thing. That is a leading brand in China, as we all know. They kidnap Canadians, that brand. But all of these cheap smartwatches and things you do get that you buy on Amazon or you buy like in a little flea market or something, you've got to be very careful because they all have risk of fire and, smoking and exploding and so on because of the lithium-ion batteries. So just remember, when you're buying something for your kid, I would personally stay away from some kind of a cheap Chinese smartwatch just because the quality control isn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it can't be with that price, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like if you buy off like one of those Temu Shine Wish.org, type things,
Yes.
Where is Jeff, by the way?
Oh, Jeff?
Yeah.
Oh, he's off taking a Temu.
Sorry. Anyway, let's carry on. I don't know if that worked this time. So anyway, be wary. October 1st, Hohhot Inner Mongolia to Beijing Expressway. So this happened fairly close to Beijing, apparently.
Yep. Well, on the way to Beijing.
Yeah. Another big fire. Now, this time a coal truck overturned.
Yeah.
Apparently, some cars slammed into it. One of the cars was an EV, which burst into flames and ended up burning down.
Engulfing all the cars.
As you can see here. Again, very good for the environment. Massive big thing.
Mother Earth is just taking a...
Yeah, they're like, yes, all this, lovely smog.
EV fires.
Exactly.
Coal truck fires.
Yes, exactly.
By
Lithium
the way, can we
poison
pause this?
gas.
I want to use this as an opportunity real quick.
Yeah,
A little environmental PSA.
sure.
I saw, and I won't name names, I saw with you
Yes.
somebody very high up in some sort of international sphere of environmentalism.
Yes.
Which both of us would consider ourselves environmentalists for sure.
Absolutely. I'm all for the environment.
Yes. Talking about how good it was that the UK just shut down its last coal plant and how this is finally the step in the right direction for the West.
Yes, but this is the same person praising China all the time.
China, I mean, like if you did statistically, probably 70% of the time he's talking about how amazing China is with the environment, right?
Yes.
This is a Westerner.
Yeah.
Very respected.
Politician.
Is he a politician?
Ex-politician.
Ex-politician. Now, this person goes on to congratulate the UK. That's fine.
Yeah.
But how is this a massive step in the right direction for the West to close one down when China is now made 6 times the coal plants that it did recently and continues to build new ones all the time, all year.
Yeah.
And now all of its CO2 emissions are the entire rest of the world combined.
Yeah.
It's more than that.
It's quite insane. China keeps opening and green-lighting new coal-burning power plants.
Yes.
At an astronomical rate. But all you ever see in the propaganda is like, look, China's green technology. Look, they put solar panels over a hill, which,
Yeah.
by the way, isn't good for the environment. It kills all the animals and
Birds
stuff.
and
And on top of that, half of those probably don't work. But, you know.
I just don't understand because I feel like I'm going crazy.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's such disconnect with reality
Yeah.
to look at a country that's polluting the entire world more now.
Yes.
More.
Yes.
It's doing more of the thing, building the coal plants that everyone else is pulling away from.
Yeah.
They're like, no, let's not do this anymore. Let's shut them down.
Yeah, the UK is going to shut down its last ever
Yes.
coal plants.
And the US is on a massive decline if you look
Yeah.
at CO2 emissions and stuff. Everyone's following the rules. China's increasing.
Yes.
And then
massively.
everyone's going like this. I actually think that I'm living in an insane world
Yes.
where I do support environmental change
Yes.
and progress, but I feel like everyone's rooting for the wrong team.
Yeah.
The team that's doing it. It's
Yeah.
kind of like somebody is having a soccer game and one team is running around like stabbing everyone.
Yep.
And everyone's cheering for them and all
Yes.
the other players are dead.
Yes.
And then they kick a goal in and they win and then
Yeah.
everyone's like, see, that's good.
Yeah.
You're breaking all the rules.
Yeah, you're absolutely
don't
right.
get
I
it.
think you're correct on that.
My analogy is absolutely stupid.
No, it's fine. I like your analogy. I think it's totally okay. This, for instance, isn't good for the environment either way.
Yes.
But yes, a coal burning power plant thing, it really is. Yeah,
Sorry, I had
Yeah.
to throw that in there.
Exactly.
I mean, you're
Yeah.
contributing to Sky Don't Lie.
yeah,
here,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Absolutely, you are. Yeah. Anyway, guys, the coal burning power plant thing's real though, and I do get very annoyed when environmentalists turn a blind eye to China all the time.
David Lopenga's WTF kind of analogy is that.
Yeah, exactly.
For some reason, we're thinking of soccer players stabbing each other.
Yeah, there you can see the EV on fire, by the way.
Look at that. Look at the I'm
flame.
telling you, the hue of those flames are very insane.
Lithium battery fires are scary.
Yeah,
because
for
they
sure.
burn at such a huge heat and they're explosive and almost instantaneous. And they
Yes.
can melt rebar. So if it's parked in an underground parking lot, it can burn through the rebar and cause a building to collapse. October 4th in Yibin, Sichuan.
This
we've
has been
got-
a hectic week.
It's been a hectic week, yes. We're talking about fires, and now we're talking about fires and explosions.
This was an unknown explosion
Yeah.
that happened, and it's nuts. It was crazy. It really just destroyed the entire area.
Yeah, yeah.
And we don't know what caused it. Was it intentional? Again, random explosions, random fires happening all over the entire country right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing that one of these incidents would make international
Yes.
news if it happened in the UK,
Right.
or if it happened in America,
Yeah.
or if it happened in any country, really.
Yeah.
Except in China, these things are just so common, and they never reach international news.
No.
You know?
Either
Yeah.
people don't care or it's just hard to verify because, nobody, it gets suppressed.
Well, it does get suppressed, and the only reason we know about these is because we get them from the Chinese internet or
Yeah.
from people that we know in China who, happen to grab
them,
it before it
yeah.
gets censored, you know?
你来这边干什么？踢足球。
Get him out of there. It's like, eat it.
We are brothers.
What the-
Are you a psycho?
快谢阿姨。谢谢奶奶。啥？你怎么叫？
What's he doing pushing it down there? He's like,
He's making
he's
sure. it
really
works.
like,
He's just admiring the shoe.
oh,
See, this is a
okay.
good setup.
He gave him his shoe back.
Oh, he gave it back.
Close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs.